So we went to Rioja back in March or April, Tris and I, and we knew all the red wine was going to be great. I mean, Rioja is one of the greatest areas for premium red wine on the planet. But what we didn't encounter was just how amazing all of the white wines in Rioja have become. Rioja is like a serious talking point for white wines now. And 20 years ago, outside of the Lopez de Heredia whites, which most people thought were a bit strange, and or there were a few kind of iconoclastic folks kind of jumping onto them. But you know, in general, white wine wasn't even a starting point. And now white wine is like a thing. It's like a thing. And I'm so excited because they have a lot of great old white wine vineyards in Rioja. You know, there's tons of old vine Viura. There's old vine Garnacha Blanca. There's even the offshoot of Tempranillo, the Tempranillo Blanco, which is, as the name implies, white Tempranillo. And so what you're getting now is you're getting this area that just focused red wine, red wine, red wine, red wine, red wine for decades. And now they're kind of like, white? And we're kind of like, white? And they're kind of like, uh-huh. And so it's this wonderful thing happening where the white wines of Rioja are really, really stepping up their game. And Baron de Ley already makes one of the best value white Rioja wines in the market. I say already, we'll get to that. Larger producer, but not huge. And the thing is, I like what they do with their straight Rioja Blanco, in that it's all done in concrete tank. So you know, a lot of the folks that were trying to do white Rioja for a number of years, and they were like, okay, so they kind of did what the Italians did with Chardonnay back in the 90s, and they're like, we're gonna throw a ton of wood at it and make this super international, uber toasty Chardonnay-y type wine. And just like everywhere else, you know, they're like, okay, this isn't working, and they started pulling back. And now we're starting to see wines like this. The Baron de Ley 2021 Rioja Blanco, which is 100% cement tank. It is a blend of Viura, Garnacha Blanca, and Tempranillo Blanco. The Viura and the Tempranillo Blanco come from Rioja Alta, higher altitude vineyards, and the Garnacha Blanca comes from Rioja Oriental, which we used to know as Rioja Baja until it changed, which is more southerly, a bit warmer, and all the Garnacha varieties really thrive there. And they put that into a big cement tank, and they make this utterly delightful wine. It doesn't get any easier. And these varieties, yum, they talk really well to each other. All the elements kind of fuse together. The Viura has tension and focus and energy. Garnacha Blanca really fills out the middle while not betraying the wine's acidity. It keeps acid, but the Garnacha fills the middle. The Tempranillo Blanco, there's just a little bit in there. And I'm not smart enough to know what it does, actually. But what I do know is that the Viura and the Garnacha Blanca really work well together. And the Tempranillo Blanco is like doing the, hey guys, here. So the guys at Baron de Ley maybe can tell us that later. We're gonna make this a short one. There's really not too much to tell. When I talked about they already made one of the best value Rioja Blancos in the market, I wasn't kidding. This wine retails full pop for like 20 bucks. But not for you guys. Today, $10. $9.98. It's cheaper than a bottle of frigging Evian, for God's sakes. No scores, you don't need them. Don't worry about it. Look at me, focus, look at the camera. Buy this wine. Or as Patrick in our marketing department so expertly stated, don't delay, buy Baron de Ley.